All right, this video is going to be extremely difficult to make, and probably even harder to understand, but I'll give it my best shot. So, like I said, I mean, compared to, the Cam Moores and the porn stars and the supermodels, I haven't been finding out stuff that's that groundbreaking. Um, Now, I have been exposing revelations in the Bible, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the stuff I've been figuring out since I've been gone off YouTube pales in comparison to whatever I've been just exposing lately, but I don't know. I don't feel like that. And by the way, I will upload all those videos. I'm only allowed to upload 8 videos per day on this channel, so down from 10 last year, but on unverified channels, which I would verify this channel, but I can't because I've used my phone number too many times to verify channels. I can't even create any new channels with that phone number, so I'm gonna have to get my number changed, and we'll go from there. But for the time being, yeah, this video probably I'll probably have to make 2 videos to cover this subject, dealing with the Antichrist. So the Antichrist, who is the Antichrist? Well, he is a ruler of evil, a ruler of hell. He is a dark figure that is feared. And like the Bible says, he's going to destroy nations like somebody, who's hitting a pot with a clay pot with a iron rod or something like that. I guess he's, not this really good figure. He's scary, he's evil. The Muslims know him as Dajjal, a man of evil. His paradise will actually be hell. His hell will actually be paradise, or something like that, is what they say. Now, who is this person? Well, if you are one of the people who I'm even making this video for, you probably know who it is. Okay? Hopefully. But if you don't know, well, maybe you'll figure it out here soon. So it's really a shadowy figure. No pun intended. It's it's a lot of mystery behind him. We know it's a person. They try to say maybe it's artificial intelligence. Maybe it's this or that. Some people think it's Trump. Some people thought it was Obama. Some people thought I don't want to say his name because it's gotten videos destroyed on YouTube for saying his name. But yeah, no, it's not those people. They're not the Antichrist. They're too similar to each other. They haven't separated themselves from the other candidates to where it's obvious who the Antichrist is. Okay? Now, outside of the Bible, there's another very important piece of this Antichrist mystery, and that is the picture by Signorelli of the Antichrist standing there in front of hundreds of people who really aren't paying attention, and behind him in his ear, whispering to him, is Satan. Another thing that's important as far as understanding this, something that's very important to this channel, the Gods and Demons Wiki. The Antichrist is talked about in there. Supposedly, him and Satan rule hell. They're the only two that are even making demons anymore in hell. And, So there's that. So we have a few very important pieces to this puzzle I'm going to try to put together in regards to the Antichrist. Okay? Now, the Bible says this is somebody who I guess is kind of, it doesn't say he's like some great, glorious, holy figure. Okay? The Bible depicts him as a dark, destructive force who shatters nations as if he had an iron rod and the nations were pots or something like that. And something I'm going to get to later is there's a very important part in Revelations where one thing is happening right after the other, and they're two like totally different things. The Antichrist is doing stuff on Earth, and then right after or right before that, Satan and Michael, or in the dragon and Michael, war breaks out in heaven. Okay? There's one sentence right after the other, these two things happening. It's not a coincidence. Those two things are linked to each other. Okay? And even though his name is the Antichrist, that name could be kind of misleading. Maybe he's not as evil as he's been, if he's destroying nations, aren't nations evil? So the Bible never really goes out of its way to call him evil, but I believe it may call him a son of Satan. So, what is this whole thing about? What's going on with the Antichrist? Well, the Antichrist is actually a holy archangel. Okay? Satan and Lucifer used to be holy archangels. Satan and Lucifer, we know, were ruling hell for quite a while. Until Lucifer got locked up by a holy archangel, Jophiel, as well as I think Layla. Layla lulled him to sleep, and then Jophiel locked him in some whatever. Okay, so at that point, there was chaos in hell. There was a 6-army battle for the throne to rule hell that Mundus ended up winning. Now, Mundus and Satan are brothers in the fact that they were both created by Ayin, the opposite of God. Somebody you don't know about, the architect of hell, the originator of evil, okay? The opposite of God. This is why you don't know about Ayin. Everybody knows who God is. Nobody knows who Ayin is because it's the opposite. And we know about Ayin from the Gods and Demons wiki, okay? So, one of the cornerstones of this channel in all my research. So, Satan turned his back on Ayin and went with God. And then turned his back on God when he had to bow down to man. Okay? So this is why the Bible usually alludes to Satan when it's talking about evil. Because he's a step ahead of Lucifer. Okay? Now, Lucifer may be more treacherous than Satan. But Lucifer doesn't have a comprehension of evil like Satan does. Okay, but all the other angels that fell, they ride with Lucifer. Especially the ones that were created by God that fell. Other beings in the universe could become angels, even if they weren't created by God, like Satan. And by the way, Jophiel was made by Ayin too, possibly, and is still a holy angel and was the one who locked Lucifer up. So, you have Mundus taking over hell. Lucifer gets locked up, and Lucifer is supposedly titled as the supreme ruler of hell, and Satan titled the one true ruler of hell, or something like that. And so Lucifer gets locked up, and there's a 6-army battle, and Mundus comes out on top. Okay? Now, history repeats itself. Parallel dimensions repeat themselves. Let's go and look at Star Wars. Star Wars is obviously about Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is Archangel Michael. Okay? Darth Vader is Satan. Mundus is Palpatine. Do you see how this works? Palpatine, the most evil, and Satan, who has a good side and a dark side, and then Michael, who is a holy angel, okay? And they're depicted as these characters in this far-off dimension, whatever. Maybe that really happened. Maybe that's just a metaphor for these creatures. So, what does Satan want to do with Luke Skywalker? Does he just want to Vader choke him and kill him? No. He wants to rule the universe with Luke Skywalker. And, these prayers get answered. If that's really what you want, that's what you're going to get. Okay? And this is what's happened. This is who the Antichrist is. It's Archangel Michael. And it's all just a plan to subvert and take over hell, using the good inside of Satan. And putting himself in power, ruling behind Satan. Saying, yeah, Satan is the one true ruler, but guess who's the real power? You see, Lucifer, as powerful as Lucifer is, Lucifer cannot fight like Michael. Lucifer is like the popular kid in high school, and Michael's like the captain of the football team or something. So when these battles start, when you start having to fight Mundus, and you start having to go against these outer beings and all that, this is when Satan's like, I wish I could have Michael by my side instead of Lucifer. Because Lucifer and Michael are twins. They were the first two angels created, so it's very easy for somebody to compare the two and all that. So Lucifer gets locked up. Mundus is in power for a time, but then comes the rise of the Antichrist, which coincides with the rise of Satan. The Antichrist is the son of Satan. My father is an avatar of Satan. Okay? Or excuse me, my dad. My father is in heaven. But yeah. So that's just part of kind of what's been going on. And y'all see my avatar, Cat Williams. He understands the way this game is played as well. Okay? Tapping into evil, using evil to bring about some good. Okay? And now there's also good in Mundus as well. It's not like there's no good in him. And that could be what these outer beings are freaking out about. Who knows if Satan I'll make another video.